Also tonight, that fire is still destroying homes. Sky 9 overhead when part of this burning home collapsed tonight. This is the Castro Crest area of Malibu. Good evening, everyone. I'm Sandra Mitchell.
And I'm Juan Fernandez. Here's the very latest on the Woolsey fire at 8 o'clock. As you just saw, homes continue to burn.
2 bodies have been found in a burned out car in Malibu.
More than 70,000 acres and an estimated 150 homes and possibly even more in nearly a dozen cities have burned.
The fire is now 5% contained. Right now, as many as 265,000 people in L.A. and Ventura counties are under mandatory evacuation orders. We have team coverage of the fire tonight. Meteorologist Amber Lee tracking wind and that very poor air quality.
But we begin with Amy Johnson, one of the many KCAL9 reporters spread out across the burn areas right now. She has the very latest conditions from Churchwood Drive and Kelwood Court in Oak Park. Amy.
Well, Juan and Sandy, take a look at this devastation. This house just really a shell of what it once was. The house behind it also burned, and if you look very closely in the back there, you can still see smoke coming out of this house. Next door, the house is fine. Our crews were here when the flames, fueled by strong winds, we've got video of this, devoured this very home on Churchwood Drive. Firefighters fought hard but couldn't compete with the inferno that was just devouring through this house on Churchwood Drive. Firefighters did all that they could but couldn't save it, and neighbors say the fire moved so fast it left some people running for their lives.
I ran to the front of the house, looked out and looked over at my neighbor, and I said, that house is on fire. It's on fire. And I ran out further, looked up the street, and the whole street was on fire.
And coming up tonight at 10 o'clock here on KCAL9, we are going to talk with one of the neighbors whose home was destroyed in this fire. Still so much devastation in this community, and we're going to hear some of it firsthand. I'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right, Amy, thank you so much for that. We have some good news we'd like to share with you from Simi Valley Police tonight. Woolsey fire evacuations have been lifted for the following areas, and here they are. Wood Ranch Parkway east to First Street, Long Canyon Road to Valley Gate Road, and Bridle Path and Long Canyon. They're asking everyone to use caution when going back home.
Well, there's really bad air quality all across Southern California. Wherever you are, you can probably see or smell the smoke. We have this smoke advisory extended to tomorrow, and it's because of the Woolsey and the Hill fires. Places like downtown LA and Santa Monica barely could be seen from our sky cams today from the heavy amounts of ash and a lot of smoke.
I stepped outside a little while ago. It's starting to get a little better tonight, but KCAL9 meteorologist Amber Lee joins us now with a look at that air quality condition and who's being affected. Amber?
Well, Juan, Sandy, take a look as you were showing us all the different pictures around the Southland. This is our time lapse of just before the sun going down. This is Canoga Park, so located east of where the fires are burning. You can see all of that smoke and haze continues to blanket most of the Southland tonight, and that's why we could smell smoke as far east as areas like Arcadia and also up toward the Apple and Lucerne valleys. And it's all because of the way that the winds shifted this morning. We went from offshore, and then now we're looking at those strong sea breeze really pushing in all that smoke and haze. So that smoke advisory has now been extended until tomorrow afternoon. And what that means is unhealthy air for sensitive individuals and children, including those with asthma and respiratory issues. So this also continues on for LA County, now reaching over toward Orange County, Riverside County, and even up to San Bernardino County. So that means if you see or smell smoke and see ash, you're asked to limit or avoid outdoor activities, because we are expecting this smoke and haze to stay with us for the first half of the morning for tomorrow. And then once the winds start to switch and go a little bit more offshore, it should clear away some of that smoke, but it's not going to be instantaneous because it takes a little bit of time for a lot of those offshore winds to develop. Tonight we still have that sea breeze, so the winds are calm to light in some areas, but you can see that the arrows are pointing from the ocean toward the land. And then once we head into tomorrow morning, we're going to start to see those arrows flip a little bit more of that offshore pattern. So that's going to help push away some of that smoke. But again, it's going to take a little bit longer. So by the afternoon, that smoke advisory should be expiring. Out the door, we're dealing with some cooler conditions. Upper 50s right now for Van Nuys, 58 for Fullerton, 64 for LAX. And then this is what it looks like for our dew point. So because the sea breeze pushed in today, it brought us a little bit more of that moisture. But you can see as you get away from the coast, we're still dealing with very bone dry conditions. Same with our relative humidity. But again, we're dealing with another round of Santa Ana winds. I'll have more on that coming up. Back
All
to
right,
you.
Amber, thanks so much. Well, 2 bodies were discovered outside a Malibu home on the 33,000 block of Mulholland Highway. Investigators are trying to figure out if their deaths were linked to the fire. The victims were found inside a burned car that was on a steep driveway. The sheriff's department will try to determine if they were homeowners who were overrun by the fast-moving flames. We spoke to a Malibu resident who was checking up on his neighbors.
It's Armageddon in here. Made it around and checked on my buddies in Triunfo and Lobo Canyon, and some did well and some not so well.
There were a lot of downed power lines, and initially they prevented detectives from getting to the scene where the bodies were found until utility crews cleared the road for them. Now, the Woolsey fire has created chaos for so many people who were evacuated but couldn't get to their much-needed supplies.
And KCAL 9's Tom Wade has more now from Malibu and Zuma Beach.
We are in Malibu tonight at Canaan Road and PCH, and firefighters are still working so hard to fight fires here in the area. Even though the winds have died down here, there are many flare-ups and hot spots throughout the area. Take a look at this. This is a condo complex called the Malibu Bay Club, and just a short time ago they had a massive flare-up at the complex. Firefighters had already been there. They thought they had put out the flames there, but a massive flames broke out inside of the condo complex and spread from one to the other. It's hard to tell from the outside, but many of them were damaged. Today it was a surreal and eerie scene as we drove into Malibu. There are so many utility lines that are down, utility poles that have been scorched and snapped. It is an incredible task ahead for crews to try and repair these utility lines and power lines. There are so many of them that are down. It is a very dangerous situation. You just don't know if they are powered or not. And then, of course, there are the homes. So many homes have burned down out here in Malibu. We talked to a number of homeowners, some of whom were camped out at Zuma Beach. They were there with as many supplies as they could get. Some of them were running short, did not know what they were going to do because they didn't even have gas to get out. And as we talk to people tonight and throughout the day, there is a sense of hopelessness.
And when you go into the houses as well, it's really, really sad. I mean, everything's just blacked out, and there's water pouring down, and you just see chairs and photographs and carpet, and everything's just it's dismal, and it's really, really sad.
Now, I mentioned there is some hopelessness here, but there are many people as well who believe they will get through this. There could be very tough times ahead, though. The winds are expected, as we've been reporting, to flare up big time tomorrow. Reporting from Malibu, I'm Tom Wade, KCAL 9 News.
Well, there's a lot of devastation in Belle Canyon. This is at Flintlock and Hitching Post Lanes, and it looks like at least 13 homes in that area were destroyed by the fire. One of the men who lives there says his home did not burn, but he watched the wind shift yesterday and it sent the flames toward the neighborhood. He says that within just a matter of minutes, he went from monitoring the fire to running for his life.
Well, people living in the path of the Woolsey fire are using some new technology to find out what's happening. This is video of the flames shot by the Ring home security system. And they're also taking advantage of an app called Neighbors, which is letting Ring customers and others communicate. We're told some potential looters were even deterred by the system. Well, the Woolsey fire has destroyed homes in so many communities, Calabasas among them.
And tonight, our Leslie Murn is showing us the damage on one of the streets there. Leslie, where are you?
This is Parkmore Road off of Las Virgenes and the 101 here in Calabasas, and the devastation just terrible here. You can see behind me just one of 6 homes burned along this street, pretty much turned into ash. I do want to walk you through one of these homes. This is the home of Kirk Flagenhauer and his family, and what's left here, a car that was left in the garage completely burned. You can barely make it out. And then we want to go inside the home. Now, we did ask Kirk if we can come in here. We want to respect his family's property, but you can see what used to be the kitchen, the stove still there, as well as the chimney. It is still standing. I want to show you video of when this fire came barreling through this street. We had a crew here as firefighters, and even a neighbor took a hose and tried to save some of these homes. But they say the flames took over within minutes. Kirk Felgenhauer walked us through the memories lost in what his parents' home used to be, passed down through generations. He was devastated, but trying to keep his spirits up.
You walked in the hallway that went back and forth this way to bedrooms. There was a bedroom there, back here. You know, trying to look at the good side of it.
Kirk tells us the only thing he was able to take from the home, a Bible, and he was pretty happy about it. Now, many of his neighbors not staying here at home either. That is because the power does remain out here along Parkmore Road in Calabasas. Reporting from Calabasas, Leslie Marin, KCAL 9 News.
Coming up next in Northern California, it's already the state's most destructive wildfire. It's still burning in Butte County tonight. Thousands of homes destroyed. There are more deaths confirmed.
Fires don't respect politics or jurisdictions.
Plus, the firefight turns political. A tweet from President Trump stirs controversy about federal funding for wildfires.
Also, a lot of fear and confusion during the firestorm. The entire city of Malibu was ordered to evacuate, but Pepperdine University students were told to shelter in place. We'll have more on that controversy.
And we'll hear from a longtime friend of the gunman who killed a dozen people at a bar in Thousand Oaks. Plus, an update on the investigation.